Hi, my name is Vaiden Logan. I am a software developer at the Center for Applied AI, and I'm going to be talking about our tool called Cat Talk. On my screen right now is the main page of Cat Talk, where you see all of the projects that you are a part of. So as a user, you can either create a new project, which is pretty simple. You just give it a name, click on Create Project. Another thing you can do is add other users to that project, and then y'all can collaborate on whatever you're working on. So after you have your project, you can go into that project dashboard, and you will see all of your collections. Whenever you upload a file, you upload it to a collection. It can be a collection of one file or a collection of many files, but it's just a way that we organize files on here. And the way you upload them is by going to this Upload Files button, clicking on it, choosing your files, giving them a collection code name, and then clicking on Upload. So here's some collection codes that have already been run. I'm going to click on lapel mic 1, and we can see there's one file in here. So this file, case2, blah, 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 .wav is an audio file. To transcribe it, which I've already done, you would go over here and click this play button under transcribe, and that would run a process that takes that audio file and creates a transcript that you can then review in the touch-up page. So after you create your transcript, you can view it here. And then if you see stuff you don't like, for example, there's an unknown speaker that says nothing, you can just delete it. Yeah, you can fix issues like that. Then you can click save, and it'll save that file. There's also this LLM guess weight feature. So right now we use a model called Note to do speaker labeling. And sometimes if the audio quality in a file is bad enough, it can get a lot of things wrong. So we can have an LLM go through the transcript basically and just guess who is talking based on the context. And so if you take this LLM guess weight and you put it at 1, the LLM makes all of the decisions on who is talking. If you put it on 0.5, there's an equal balance between the LLM and the Note model, and if you just have it on 0, it's just Note doing everything. So that's a cool feature to check out. After you're done editing your transcript, you can go to Analyze, and this lets you run jobs on your transcript. So for example, if you wanted to summarize a file, or let's say go chunk by chunk and summarize each part, you could create a job called summary. I'm going to skip the system prompt, but for the user prompt you could just say summarize this transcript. And then I'm going to leave output format blank because I want it human readable. But you can go in here and kind of go through these prompts to create JSON outputs for your jobs. And then last, we have this combine feature. So an LLM cannot take in too much information at one time. There's a limit to how much it can have. So for these longer transcripts, we have to split them into different chunks and feed each chunk into an LLM at one time. And that means that depending on how many chunks there are, we have that many LLM outputs too. So if you check combine, what will happen is that all of these different outputs will get merged together into one output. That's really useful if you want meeting minutes where you just want one file that's in a particular format. There are cases where you wouldn't want combine. One example is if you want to go chunk by chunk to create summaries, and that's good if you want to not have one summary of the meeting of your transcript, but just have a summary for each little part. Or if you have an interview that's in a different language and you want to translate it, it's helpful to go chunk by chunk and do it like that without combining them. So we have a job called summary. The user prompt is summarize the script, and then what we would hit process, and that would get the job running. So when your job starts, you can go back to this dashboard for the project and you'll see it in running processes. I'm not going to start the job, so you're not going to see anything there. Okay, now let's go back. So this is actually a job that I've already run, but after the job is done, you can go to this menu and click on Summary, and the output will appear right here. So you can scroll through and see that summaries have been created for each chunk, and you can review that. So then when you're done with your transcriptions and your jobs, and you just want the files, you can click on this checkbox right here and then download your files. And they will be downloaded as a zip, and you will get your transcript file along with some other files that were created as part of the transcription process. And you will also get your report file, which is the summary. So I think that is a pretty good overview of Cat Talk. If you want to use the site, CAI has an intake form that you can fill out and submit, and we can get you added. Thank you.